Good morning, hello, good morning, good day, good evening, whatever time it is for you. It's morning my time still. So hello. Give it a moment, let people start coming in. I'm going to start just kind of setting the intention, cleansing the energy. Welcome to our full healing. I normally do lives on my other channel on this day, but I felt I needed to be here to do a healing live for the full moon. So that is what we are doing. And hopefully for those who join me, they enjoy in every way. All right, so I'm just going to start by lighting some sage and some Palo Santo. So for those who don't know me, my name is Master Juniper Blue Mystique. I was given that name by Spirit upon my awakening, so I didn't choose it. It was chosen for me, and I've learned to love it. I've grown to love it, but I am truly a master healer in all modalities, not just what you might know as Reiki. We are, as a species, up-leveling, ascending at this time. And so even the modalities as we knew them must ascend. And so it's about bringing everything back to the totality, the wholeness of the one and the sun and the moon. And that is what I do. Since 2019, I had my own Kundalini awakening, and I just had quite a journey. So it wasn't, I learned that I was already a healer. It's nothing I had to learn. It was in me. So I just had to awaken to it by following those nudges. And then on top of that, I was doing things to the earth, like clearing Mount Shasta, activating pyramids, masculine and feminine, and more, a lot more. And it dealt with a lot of the return of God stuff. And all of that is on my other channel. So very relevant, including I'm doing the Sistine Chapel, which I did part 1 and part 2 over these last few months. And that's also on my other channel. I said what was coming with the Pope, and sure enough, it did, and more. So it's been pretty amazing stuff. So that's kind of who I am. Everything I do is just the totality of everything, okay? So I don't limit myself to what kind of healings I do. I let whatever is needed come through. In my one-on-one healing sessions, they are slightly different because sometimes I do those live on my other channel as well. But they are just uniquely to the individual, the wholeness of the self. So it's physical, emotional, it's everything. So they just kind of do this, but times 10. So that's what those are. Good morning. Good morning. Happy new moon. I almost called it a full moon. It is not a full moon. We are in a new moon, and I'm just lighting this sage bowl. So kind of what I'm doing right here. Why I keep looking downwards. Lighting the sage, cleansing the energy. I do have chakra bowls. I have koshi chimes, koshi bells, whatever you want to call them. I have lots of things coming. I have my drum next to me because that's a thing. Spirit has me grab that a lot. It is a shaman drum. So this new moon, I'm going to pull a card for as well, okay? Because we are in the time of an elimination of a veil of illusion, right? So we're coming into clarity. And that's kind of what they're saying about this new moon, is it's truly about heightened clarity. Coming into heightened clarity at this time, further understanding of who we are, further understanding of the true world around us, right? And some people call this time the apocalypse, but that's not true. Okay, that's a scary term. That's like fear mongering, right? Which the Matrix type stuff is good at. It's not the case. God is good, right? We have to remember that God is truly good. It's all the other stuff that was done that was kind of yucky. And so it's just rising up to clarity in that, rising out of fear a little bit, hopefully, for some of us. And there are others who are struggling a little bit mentally, emotionally, and physically, because these can be jarring energies, right? So it's kind of what I'm here today for as well, to help us kind of rise into clarity, rise out of that veil of illusion and confusion. And Lord knows that I don't make these up. I don't dictate them. I let Spirit always guide the way. So when you come to these, just be open to whatever Spirit says is needed. That's how I do my one-on-one healing sessions too. I do a lot of personal ones with those, and they can be medical side of things. And I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be a doctor. I always say my disclaimers, but they are real healings, and we have had medical proof and things like that. But even then, it's like, I don't want to know you. I don't want to know what you want me to heal. We're going to let Spirit guide the way, because we are limited in our knowing a lot of times in our bodies. And so, yeah, they are powerful. They're really powerful. And sometimes your first one, you're left feeling sicker because it's real. So it starts to draw out all those toxins, all those yuckies within our body, because healing's very layered, right? And so we may have a cold, we may have the flu, we may have tissue that needs to be removed out of our breast, whatever the case may be. I've had everything. But what causes that, right? What are the layers to that? And so that's why I always tell people, we just let Spirit guide the way, and then we take part in going, did I just do that? Did that just come through? It's amazing. And the coolest part is nothing's limited. It's from our loved ones coming through to everything. So it's really cool. And every single one of my healing sessions, I always have to look it up. I'm like, what is ketones? What is this? What is that? It always comes through pretty crazy stuff. So just be open, just be in awe, be ready for the magic and the experience of it all. That's what we're here for. That's what we do. So as we're getting started, I am literally just lighting Palo Santo and some sage. I have lit my candle and I have set an intention already, but I'm going to do it again as we get going, okay? So just come on in and feel the frequency. Now I'm going to tell you something. I've had a lot of negativity bombarding me, mostly when I'm waking up in the morning. And that's because, of my journey. And so within that, it's very important to do our due diligence to clear it, okay? I hope y'all know how to dig inward. Right now, the most important thing we could be doing is digging inward. Okay, if y'all don't know what that means, ask, but dig inward, question your body, talk to your body, question your body, gain power back of the mind, right? A lot of people struggle with meditating. It's just because we've given our power away so long, right? And so the more we have a normal practice of it, the better we get, the calmer the mind becomes, right? Okay. So again, this is a new moon. Sorry, I don't know why I keep calling it a full moon. We're done with that energy this month. But it is a new moon of clarity. Okay, they're calling it a new moon of clarity, where we're kind of coming out, and they're also calling it a mass conjunction for the collective. That's what I'm hearing right now as I'm speaking to you. They're calling it a mass conjunction. So that means like we're coming to the we're coming to the point, right? The point of crossroads, and also a point of no return, right? So our vibration, the earth is getting so high that we must do our work to match it. That's why it's so important to dig inwards, okay? Dig into your body, take control back of the mind, which is wreaking havoc at this time, all right? Literally, you guys, I can't deny this. I have watched somebody that I knew was connected over the last few years. She has a YouTube channel and everything. And I am watching her kind of do that reverse awakening that I talked about. Okay, I've talked about that on my other channel, not on this one so much. If y'all don't know what a reverse awakening is, you could be watching people do that at this time and really begin to kind of struggle mentally, begin to like the chaos, right? Or battles, or pay attention to what they're focusing on, okay? Because this person is focusing on some weird attack by her neighbors. It's like constant. And I'm like, it's overwhelming me. So what we focus on is very important, okay? And there will be a big push to focus on negativity. There will be a big push to focus on things that are falling within the world. And we don't want to do that, okay? We don't want to do that. Um, I know what I've done in the ascension work. I know what's coming, and I know what we got to do to get there. So our lens is everything. What you focus on is everything, okay? And I want to tell her that. I'm like, sweetheart, what you're focusing on is bringing this forward, but she's really struggling mentally. Okay. That is one of the things that people could be having happen right now. And also reverse awakenings where they seemed to be awake and then suddenly they're kind of shutting down. Okay. So we are in, again, the portal of the mind. Okay. This new moon, I've talked about this on my other channel a lot. I'm just doing this really quick so we can go into the healing, but it's important. We are in the portal of a mind. Okay. If you know anything about the prophecy of the red dragon, okay, what is that? It's very relevant. On my other channel, I did work with this recently and I showed you. I uploaded it, I proved it. The red dragon had to do with Mount Shasta clearing and activating the Fiji portal and Kilimanjaro. I say portal, but it's a pyramid, and Kilimanjaro pyramid. Fiji was the first pyramid I activated back in 2020. Reactivated, whatever you want to call it. It's feminine. And then Kilimanjaro was one of the first, or one of the few masculine pyramids that we activated, and they are connected. And coupling that with undoing Mount Shasta is truly in the world what created the veil of illusion. And it truly is falling at this time, but it can wreak mental havoc. If we do not have power of our mind, we could be in trouble. If you haven't realized that your thoughts are not always yours, okay? And in the ascension, one of the lessons or the powers to gain back, because it's about getting our power back, is the portal of the mind, the red dragon, okay? It's very real. It's a prophecy actually being fulfilled. And with that was the San Andreas fault shifting. It said boom, boom, and then boom. And we're in that energy, okay? It's very real. 222. It was 22222 right when I said that. So portal of the mind, be aware of your thoughts. Choose love, and it's wreaking havoc. It's doing it to me too, only when I'm waking up in the morning. So when I'm more vulnerable, a lot of negativity is coming in, mostly regarding my twin flame. Okay. And that kind of stuff. And so it's, and somewhat on this journey, right? Like negative thoughts. And I'm like, I have to try and work to clear it. So it's very important to do that. We want to get our power back of the mind because that's the energy we're in. Okay. That's what's going to bring us into more clarity. But also that veil of separation is crumbling on a collective whole level. That's very real. And it's massive. And that's why people will struggle mentally right now. You want to get that power back of the mind. Okay. And watching people reverse awakening can be jarring if you have that experience. So just be aware of that. I've seen it a few times and I'm watching it happen right now. We also have generational entanglement. So your karmic blueprints should be swinging back around and smacking us like repeatedly, right? What lessons, 333, what lessons do we need to learn right now? Make sure that you are seeing clearly. Make sure that you are choosing thoughts of love, choosing actions of soul growth and love. Where is love not? Not who's right and wrong. Don't throw judgments at people because we don't know. And nobody's perfect. We can't be perfect in a broken world, right? So instead of this battle of right and wrong, we do that often in relationships. It's more about where is love not, right? Okay. And then we have completion is near. Allow nothing to stop you. Okay, so allow nothing to stop you. Okay, one of the final portals is the Nile. I did that one, I think, about a year ago now. I think June it'll be a year when I first dried the Nile in the ascension work, the return work. So, and that deals with the river of justice, the Nile. That's what they call that. It's called the river of justice. It's the final portal that we cross into New Earth. And that's that life cycle infinity portal, right? You guys, we have to understand this is truly just about coming back to the best version of ourselves and letting go of what's not. Can we At a soul, are we ready to grow? Are we ready to let things go and choose wisely what we see, do, and act upon? So if wrath comes your way and anger, do not pick it up, right? Do your best to clear it out. Take off the masks. Why is it here? If judgment rises, don't throw it. Take off the masks. Why is it here? What in my vibration is matching that? That's what sets us apart from those that are rising to those that are not, are those that are healing the karmic ties, learning the lessons in what is not love. Okay, where did I give my power away? Okay, to lack and things outside of unconditional love, because it's time to rise. All right, so there's that. Let's get into the healing. Most important thing right now is to dig. By the way, this was my own deck that I created during the pyramid activation work. So it is called Guided Ascending Light. Okay, so that's where that comes from. All right. There were a few decks that I channeled through as I was doing the pyramid activations and stuff. They're pretty cool. Oh, I like them. All right. So if you're here for the healing, welcome. No matter who you are, this is timeless. No matter where you are, there is no separation. That's also part of the illusions, okay, is of separation. You also want to know something I just thought this morning? Is if these kind of healings through video can heal you, think about all the negative stuff we watch. Right? How much poison really does it do on our energy? I've noticed because my kids are into The Walking Dead, and I saturated in that a little bit, and I was like, ugh, my vibrations. So I was like, we gotta. They're older. They're higher teenagers. Like, we gotta cut off the negative. So let's enjoy some positive healing, shall we? All right, my friends. So I'm going to call in all of our energy that's here, and kind of set the tone. Okay, so I'm going to call in the creator of all that is, always, and any angels and your higher selves as well. The wish to come in and join us. Hang on, I'm sitting on my hair, y'all. Okay. The wish to come in and join us. And also the energy of the new moon and the sun. I feel like it's just, we're in this weird energy of sudden shifts, okay? So we want to do our best to be here, to be present, to be calm, to be cool, to be collected, and to be disciplined in that, okay? Always digging through what's not. Can you feel your entire vibration? So let's start bringing in some of that energy. I also see the tree of life coming in. If you're not familiar with me, the light language I use is the language of gods. It has been returned through the sun, and so it's very important. At Lake Titicaca, by the way, during the work, it's a lot, but it's on my other channel. You can actually watch that unfold. So you won't, with light language, you don't understand it in your head, but you should feel it in your heart. If we can get into our heart, you should start to receive feelings and emotions from those words that are spoken. I also burp for those who don't know me. It's a releasing, connecting, shifting energy thing. So I just need to clear some of our auric fields from all of us now and in the future that join this video. So I'm calling in all those energies. Creator, any angels, any loved ones and guides are also stepping forward. So some of you have spirit on the other side stepping forward. Even a young male, almost like a younger brother, like a brother. I don't know who he is or who he belongs to. I would say he's presenting anywhere from 13 to 22. So I feel like he died young and he's been somewhat developing on the other side. So somebody's brother stepping forward, and this could be yours here now or somebody later. I don't know, but he's here and he's very present. He's very present. He's very present. And there's a lot of grief also conjunct in that. But that's what we're here for, is to help heal whatever needs healed, to help us rise into clarity and love. Grief can be one of the biggest things that holds us in a closed heart space. So I'm just taking my time connecting to the energies. So I'm also seeing the stars. the Pleiadian star line. Some of you may not know we're going into 7D, not 5D. So this is also a galactic shift, right? An ethereal expansion, not just Earth, but many things. And they don't have karmic on other planets. That's mostly an Earth thing. It's like Earth school, right? So we are definitely octaving in higher frequencies here. Excuse me, just connecting. I'm releasing some energies that don't belong, like shackles of the binding, like just connecting cords that don't belong. They don't belong to you and they won't belong in this healing. So I'm just cleansing our energy, our auric field. Archangel Michael is stepping forward. Saint Germain is also stepping forward with the Akashic records. I'm hearing it's time to leave the past behind. Excuse the burping. So just to receive, just be present, just be accepting. Feet on the floor if you can. If not, that's okay too. Okay, palms facing up in receptive mode. What I do isn't normal, but I'm not here to be normal, right? You'll see little tidbits in everybody of what I do, but it is unique. We need to expand into things that have been hidden, right? Abilities that we have. So I'm just calming the energy. Myanmar, Machu Picchu, Budapest, and Thailand are heightened right now. So is Fiji, Kilimanjaro. Mount Shasta is vacant, like it is dormant. It is cut off from life. There is no light there. That is not a maybe. Like I can see this. The chills. When I cleared it, I set hundreds of souls free from there. They were trapped there. There was a lot there that people did not know. And they also stole the root chakra from Fiji. This is part of a false reality illusion. And it is falling. And we need to see this on a physical level. And that's what they're saying. So we need a physical shift, a sudden rift. And there's been a lot of water in the energy, water in the air, water in the energy, which is interesting because I have water and fire koshi chimes as well, or bells. So my healings are quite large. So we need to just take a moment to ease into it because some of you are at different levels and some of us are. I noticed it said there were 3 here. Now it says there's only 1. So, you know, some of us might be ready. Some of us might not be. And that's okay too. These are big healings. Algonquin is stepping forward. So there's the white dragon. This is the dragon that I drew. Spirit had me draw a white dragon right before I octavied through the red dragon portal, which is the portal of the mind, Mount Shasta, which was the veil of illusion. And then going into Fiji and Kilimanjaro, which is the portal of gods, and the masculine pyramid that is true earth blueprint. There's some heat here. Excuse me. So apparently I do invoke the shadow and I also can scare people. That's okay. And so what they're telling me is people come afterwards. They feel less overwhelmed, and that's okay too. Bringing in a gentle blanket of gentleness. Because it isn't normal, right? It's not. It's quite profound. Excuse me. Also, when we invoke the shadow, it can be overwhelming. And that's okay too. Just push it. Ooh, there's some heat there. Ooh, okay. So as I'm tuning into this heat, I get an image of somebody's left side, like their kidney on the left side. In need of a little kidney love, kidney repair. There's like lower kidney function on somebody on the line. I don't say this for fear. Please know that. That's not who I am. That's the matrix. So don't bring that here. If I say something, it's because I'm bringing light into it to heal it. When we bring fear or judgment or anything into this work, it blocks us from the full healing, from the full capacity of receptivity. So we don't want to do that. What I do is for healing purposes. So I just have to do this really quick because I feel it. It's what Spirit's guiding me to do. Somebody needed love in their kidney, particularly the left kidney. It was at lower functionality. Almost like even jaundice, right? Like that's liver, kidney functioning. Little jaundice even. Oh, there's a lot of heat here. Hang on. So I'm just good drawing light up. And with permission, if you don't want me to do it, I wouldn't be able to. So just keep that in mind. I don't work outside of free will. And I don't work through fear. I work through God. I also undid the medical matrix and that YouTube banned. So that was on Patreon. Also in the path, I tried to upload it many times because people need to heal in it, but they don't like that one. So I undid that one. We also undid the food matrix, money matrix, Sistine Chapel. I undid all of that over this last year and a half for those things. So it's feeling better. It's feeling better. This kidney is quite receptive. Whoever this belongs to, it's like soaking it up. And then just bringing in a few rays of the sun. Okay, I can move on from that now. I'm getting teary-eyed already. Okay, so with the intention, it's for the new moon, whatever is needed, whatever we do. I guide these through. I never know what's coming. So we just relax in receptivity. We don't judge. We hold space. We absorb. We observe. And we do it through gratitude and light, not fear, not anything. That's not what we're here for. If I say anything, it's because we're healing it, okay? So just hold that in our hearts. I'm also hearing heart expansion is needed for the collective right now in a big way. So as I've stated, Saint Germain is stepping forward, Archangel Michael. I'm also seeing Malachi stepping forward. Malachi is very large at this time. So I see Malachi kind of, it's almost as if I get the image of he's like over the collective, over the earth, especially in the United States. But it's not just the United States. So it's also like UK, little bit of Spain in there, and those kinds of areas. So there's a lot of protective energy going on here. And that's what I'm hearing. Like we are in a big shift. So there's like a blanket, just a blanket of love and light coming down and going over us. The tree of life is here. And we will remove whatever does not belong. And we will be calling our power back in a big way. And I want you to start kind of with the new moon. It's really good to manifest, not usually with the full moon, but the new moon. So allow our heart's desires to start to surface, because I'm going to remove what's blocking you from it. And there are 13 gates to abundance, not 12. So just kind of start to sit with what you want to have, what your heart desires. Allow it to start to draw out from your heart space, okay? As I bring down the moon and the sun from above us, the new moon, new beginnings, a reset, clarity, bringing clarity from the cloudy haze, bringing clarity from the veil of illusion and confusion and separation. So more removal of separation. It's a lot to process through that. It's a big transition. It's not little. It's not minimal. Ooh, excuse me. Lots of releasing. I'm a true healer. My body does what it does to release and heal. Not that others aren't true healers. It's just the way that I am. So as I've stated, you guys, there's a blanket of love, but I have to tell you, the energies that are really heightened with this new moon is Myanmar. These are pyramids that I've activated. Myanmar, Machu Picchu, Budapest, Thailand, Kilimanjaro, Fiji, and then Mount Shasta is like, I want to say more and more necro. It's dead. There is no life there. Zero. And I feel like the earth is preparing to purge stuff that is just being cleansed, right? She's in a purging phase. We are in a purging phase. So I'm bringing down a little bit of those rays, that energy, the love, the love, the love. Archangel Raphael is also coming forward. Archangel Raguel is coming forward. Archangel Azrael is also coming forward. Azrael comes forward a lot for rebirth, new beginnings, newness, but some people call it death. But in newness, we let something go, right? And this somebody's brother is here. I don't know who this belongs to necessarily. I feel like he died at a younger age because I see him presenting as 13 to 22. So I feel like he died at a younger age, but he's been maturing and growing and learning on the other side. He's just here for love and support, but to help release emotional grief. So I'm bringing down now more of the moon and the sun energy with the pyramidal energy flow, this high potent energy, okay? And I'm bringing it down. There's some anxiousness. So I'm going right to the 18th chakra. Excuse me. And a little bit in the 22nd, but 18th heightened. 19th, 18th, and actually 17th. So all of those. And it's, I can feel it in my throat. Anxiousness. So healing of the past. So we're going to release some of the past, my friends. I didn't see this until now, but it's necessary. So remember the tree of life stepping in? There's a reason. So we're going to process some of our past for us and the collective, the whole, the earth. Excuse me. So we are processing our past. Oh, it's in my throat. So, excuse me, 19th, 18th, and 17th, I'm starting to release some of our past. So when we heal, when we rise out of things, we shed layers of ourselves. But until we've cleared them out, they kind of stick with us. And so we need to release them. Also the earth, with the death of the Pope and all this kind of stuff, is we are shedding layers of the past. We are shedding the veil of illusion. We have to let go of the past, okay? And also a big sudden shift that's about to come. We need to just let the past go. Excuse me. And that's why Azrael's here as well. So I'm going to draw in some light. I've got water at our feet, water coming in at our feet, and major sun and moon coming into our 19th, 18th, and 17th chakra heightened. So this is up into our higher frequency connections. Excuse me. Saint Germain is here with the Akashic Records. When you work with me, it's absolutely connected to your blueprint. Soul level stuff. Big healings. So as I'm slowly bringing in the light, the tree of life is going to be our anchor. It's going to start to draw out, and we're going to purge completely with all these things, these elements, the past, leaving the past behind, past soul levels, past selves, past realities, past realities, past realities. And that's also why the pyramids are heightened in this one, but we are ascending now. We truly are. We are going through it now. It's time to leave the past behind. The veil of separation, the veil of illusion. And there's heat in the earth too. Like I can feel it in the atmosphere. I can feel it in the atmosphere, like this heat wave. Just, oh, lots of releasing going on. It's a bit overwhelming. Oh, I can feel it a lot in my throat. So I'm going to start trickling down further into the 16th chakra. And as I'm doing this, within the chakras, I'm detaching whatever we need to let go of, whatever needs to be removed and left behind. These are layered and personal, excuse me, as well as collective. And then there's fear of change. Because there's so much fear mongering on the earth, it affects us all, right? It really does. There's like this fear blanket. So we're going to dissolve that. Excuse me, to help bring clarity. So I also see like this clarity in the earth, clarity coming for the earth. Didn't I say that? It's the moon of clarity. Releasing illusions, releasing confusion, clarity. New moon of clarity. Leaving the past behind. And as your manifestation is also in your heart, I want you to visualize it throughout. And if anything comes up, don't worry, I'm releasing it. That's what we're here to do. Excuse me, lots of releasing. Going down now into the 15th chakra. Time to leave the past behind. There is also a connection to the higher self coming down at the same time. If we need to reestablish that connection or strengthen that connection, it is occurring. Oh, some heat. Yeah, there's a lot of heat stirring up, my friends. Even with animals. Okay, so we're going to call in all the animals. So recently, I have stated that not every one of them was viable to make it. Our DNA has to be viable. And there's been a lot of genetic modifications, even with the animals. Okay, I undid the food matrix. All of that came through. I put the animals through a long time ago, but there are some that aren't making it. And I see that. And it was I couldn't heal them, right? It was like I couldn't heal the DNA enough. And so some of them will have to reset. They just won't make it. And so I see that at a soul level. It's like I'm releasing their souls. I'm releasing their grief, their release, cleansing at a spiritual level. And I'm getting a lot of chills as I said that. It's through love. It's through light. It's a blessing. It's honoring their journey. There is grief in that. And there is also a karmic kickback for that. That's not a lie. And it deals a lot with like GMO farms and the medical and food matrix combined. So the WHO, the FDA. And I don't want to get too far into that because YouTube doesn't like me doing that, talking about that. But I actually undid those together. And it's a part of why they won't make it. They won't make it. They won't make it. So I'm helping to process those out. And whoever joins this, we're just helping to process out those souls and the grief and setting them free. Just setting them free. Those that already are passing that can't make it into the higher frequency because of the DNA. So if you guys aren't aware, the ascension, the sun, everything is DNA coming through. It's activation, it's evolution, and we have to be viable. That's why there was a big push for thingies to change that at multiple levels. And unfortunately, animals were hard hit on a few levels. Not all animals, but some. And that hits hard. It's like emotional. So I'm almost processing a grief. This is also why Azriel is here too. So we're helping to process that grief. So if you feel grief, it's not all yours. It's honoring, it's homage, it's doing the work of God, helping to carry those through. Again, I just guide the wave. I don't make this up. I wouldn't, and I couldn't if I wanted to. I don't do healings by a book. I also don't teach people to heal by a book. It's at the soul level. All connectedness, quantum level, whatever. Okay, so there's a lot of muck and yuck. So I'm going to go down to the 14th chakra. So throughout, we will be processing the grief and the souls of the wanderers. They're calling them wanderers. They're like earth wanderers. They're the animal species. There's multiple species. Some birds, some marine life, some actually farm life. So like cows and some chickens and things that have been too genetically modified. And this also goes into crops. Okay, crops, they're also considering part of that animal life. Oh. I also see some fire sparking up, y'all. But then there's a lot of water in the air. A lot of water in the, so it's like this weird dance of water and fire going on right now on the earth. All right, so I'm going to go deep into the 14th chakra. There's some grief here. There's some difficulty leaving the past behind. So our guides and the angels are here. Remember that. Angels are here. They're present. They're helping us in all kinds of ways, helping us to release energies, clear our auric field, helping to remove debris, as I mentioned it, everything. It's personal and collective, okay? We all have an individual side and a collective. So you might need something I don't need. So I want you to understand that I mention as much as I can, but there's lots of healing going on here, okay? Lots. I do a lot for the earth as well, so I can't not do that. It's who I am. It's what I've been doing since my awakening, and I'm honored. So that also takes part. So in the 14th chakra, Asriel is coming forth again. There's some deep releasing of the past, layers of self. We have to leave and Malachi is stepping forward. Malachi is stepping forward. And Asriel and Malachi, 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th chakra. 14th, 13th, 12th, and 11th chakra. Malachi and Asriel. It's time to process a big chunk of the past. Oh, and I can feel it. There's like this weird pressure coming down to the top of my head as this is occurring. And remember, they're heightened in the 14th, 13th, 12th, and 11th chakra. Chakras all at once, okay? And so I see bringing in the moon and the sun. This is massive. This is not little. These are massive energies coming in right now from the sun and the moon. There's no separation. I want you guys to understand that. It's not an eclipse, but they are together. There is no separation of the sun and the moon energy at this time. There is not. People don't think this is a physical return. It is a physical return of that. So there's something going on here. So I'm just bringing a lot of moon and a lot of sun, a lot of moon and a lot of sun, a lot of moon and a lot of sun, and through the pyramids, which went with the octavine work I did recently. But it's also coming down into our 14th, 13th, 12th, and 11th chakra. 15th still too. 15th, 14th, 13th, 12th, and 11th chakras. And we are undoing some matrix. So for some of you, there is an undoing of a matrix component, a matrix foundation component. It's like undoes the programming from the chakra wall. Okay, so that's also part of leaving the past behind. That's also connected to the Pope, to the shifting, what you call timelines. I call frequency. So we need to undo that programming. It's falling, it's dying, it's falling. And so we're undoing it through our chakras as well as through the collective. Okay? So it's like undoing this programming, this veil of illusion and confusion. And there's so many people here that everybody's going to have opinions. Everybody's going to have thoughts, but we need to rise above the conjunction. We need to rise above the you know what I mean? Like the the loudness, rise above all of the loudness, just rise above. We're going to rise above ever so slightly. Everybody thinks they know, everybody's got opinions, but there's a lot of fear. So a lot of people are trying to don't realize that they are just like la, 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 all at once, and it gets overwhelming. We're all connected here, right? Like it gets overwhelming. So we're just going to calm this. We're going to calm this and rise above. We're going to calm this and rise above. You know how people like call it the apocalypse, dawn of darkness? Yeah, that's true. But some of it, not the apocalypse, but we might have some dark days, but that's okay. We're going to bring down a blanket of light. Okay, so it's like this blanket of light coming down, and it's calming, it's soothing, it's calming the collective, it's calming and soothing. And so we can rise above some of that. What's that? I don't even have a word for it. It's like chaos, loud chaos. Like traffic, like lots of traffic, blah, 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 you know, like we need to calm and rise above. So this is happening also in the mental level, in our heads, in our consciousness. And it's hard to manifest with all of that, actually. It's messing with manifestations. So it's like God sending down a gentle cleansing rain. Okay, it's a gentle cleansing rain to help cleanse away all that doesn't align. And we can rise above. And rise above. So there's like this conjunct debris, right? Like right in our atmosphere. It's actual real. It's like a little bit of yuck and muck in the atmosphere, but it's also in the collective mind. And just cleansing that away. We're cleansing that away. And then Azrael, Malachi, and also Zadkiel, Saint Germain, and Archangel Gabriel are all here. And they're helping to release the past from this chakra cortex. So it's the 15th, 14th, 13th, 12th, and the 11th. And it's also affecting the collective soul. And it's like leaving the past behind. We need to detach from that matrix component, the matrix component of the mind. So the way I see matrix programming is like numbers. And God's is light language. It's like a written language of light. And the matrix, it's like coding. It's like numbers. So I see all these numbers being drawn out of our chakra system and the collective mind, like this cloudy haze of like poisoning. You know what I mean? Like it looks like a cloudy haze in the skyline. And it's like undoing all of that numbers, like pulling them out of the programming of our energy, of our cortex, of our, at the soul level. This is big. This is not little. And the tree of life and waters beneath us and connected to help draw out, as well as unprogramming. It's a breakdown of a system that no longer aligns. And the numbers are like rising up and then just like breaking. And then God's is like this light language. It's like coding of light. It's just language of God. It's just like light coming in to replace where the matrix was. This has to do with a lot. So if you're watching my other channel, it would make more sense with what we're going through. I don't work little, I work big. So like I undid the Sistine Chapel 1 and 2, and we did that through, I think it was the 16th or the 13th chakra. You'd have to watch it. And I also said that Pope's heart would stop. This is part of the red dragon. This is part of all these prophecies unfolding all at one time. It's very real. It's not metaphorical. I'm not making it up. It's actually part of the work that I've been doing. So this is actually what we're unprogramming in the collective mind right now. It's like literally taking out the programming and leaving the past behind. This is more than it's I don't like timeline because time doesn't exist. It's a vibrational shift for all of mankind. And only when we choose to not leave the past behind do we not rise, right? So we just got to let it go. And this also has to do with Mount Shasta. So there's like this weird programming system that is in the collective mind undoing at this time, and it will have a visual cortex to it. So we will see a big shift, a visual one, not just an energetic, okay? So this is helping to pull away from that. No fear, easing the mind. Releasing the cloudy haze. There's like this cloudy haze that we're dissipating, and this beautiful healing rain of God, I call it. It's like he's just bringing down some cleansing rain directly from God, just cleansing away the cloudy haze. And the sun and the moon coming down to help cleanse and purify and undo the false programming of a matrix kind. And as I'm doing that, I bring in the light and the language and the activations of the blueprint of New Earth and God. Because it's not an apocalypse, it's the return of the gods. There's a difference. One is negative and dark and fear, and the other is light and love and returning what was always ours. But I can't let that veil of separation and the veil of illusion being undone. But this is processing parts of our past, okay? So we're going to start trailing it down to the 10th and the 9th chakra, and I can feel it more in my throat. We need to release any shadow components, any matrix of the past that need to go. New moon, new beginnings, new start, new blueprint, new light, new love. I need to grab my drum. If you're not aware of how I do things, I just let spirit guide the way. They want me to grab my drum. Do these in workshops a lot of the Return of Christ work. So on these videos, it's a little new for me, but I got to follow the nudge. Take a deep breath for me. If you're here to receive the healing, you are. These are not normal. It's just big. They're just bigger. They're bigger than what you're used to, and that's okay. Some normal, but some new. And that's what we're in for. Hands open for receptive mode. So I'm going to bring the light all the way down now. The 9th, the 8th, and into the crown chakra. Malachi, Saint Germain, Azrael, Archangel Gabriel, helping us to undo the matrix programming, helping us release the past, the parts of ourselves that we've healed. It's time to clear them from our energy and leave the past behind. And as I do that, more divine light is coming in to our chakra energetic connection line, the divine connectedness, all one. We need to come back to the point of one. All connectedness. Releasing the separation. Releasing division. Releasing duality and any illusions. Oh, yeah. I am getting an image of a lava blast. I don't know what it is. Like a burst of energy coming from the core out. What you don't know is all this sun rays been going into the core and it's gonna burst out. It's gotta burst out. So I see like this fissure in the earth, like a crack in the earth, and it goes all the way up like this mountainside, and a big volcano blast. So there's an earthquake and a volcano blast. It's a releasing of energy and a leaving the past behind. Now I also see that line of fissure and the energy blast going through you, through the divine masculine and feminine side, releasing duality and an imbalance, a separation. So through the crown now, your whole left side will become the moon, and the whole right side will become the sun, and we will walk a balance of the masculine and feminine, of the moon and the sun. It's time to let go of what has been done and to wake up to a new horizon. Woo. Going down into the sixth chakra, half moon and half sun, undoing the coding of the matrix and what is being undone. Memories of the past, great grief needing to be released at last, and diamond coding coming in. Diamond light coding coming in from above into the crown and the third eye. Goddess Abundantia stepping in, Shakti and Shiva, the lions and the golden web expanding beyond. Your golden web of creation and heaven's vibration is expanding beyond the universal flow. Beyond the universal flow. So dream big, for you are not a manifester, you're a creator. What do you want to create? How do you want your winds to blow? Drawing down now the moon and the sun into the throat chakra. There's a lot of density in the throat. I said that before. Especially on the right side with the sun. So we're going to recalibrate the throat chakra. So I want you to envision the moon on the left side of your throat and the sun on the right. Good. begin moving the moon towards the back of the throat and the sun forward and front. And as they move from left to back and from right to front, recalibration is occurring, releasing what does not belong, an adjustment in the throat, an expansion. I need to expand the throat chakra. So I'm going to bring down some universal dust. I call it space dust, like stars in the universal flow, 7D aligned. I need to bring it in. I need to bring it into the throat. It's like reaching up and bringing it into the throat. I need to expand. We need to expand. So I need to rebuild a little bit of the throat chakra as well. For me, for some of us, for others, it's just expanding, awakening, moving, recalibrating, healing the throat, damage of the throat and the mind, healing the throat. Oh, I can feel a lot on the right. So the sun has now repositioned to the front of the throat and the moon is now to the back side. And I will hold space there for a moment. Words that were spoken that were not love being undone. Nurturing and light and activations coming in. Words that were spoken that were not love being undone. Rebalancing. Oh, it's a lot. Hang on. We must live our truth. If we are not living our truth, it can hurt. We have to live our truth because in the new earth, that's what we are. We have to be whole. We have to be true. We have to be light. We have to be new. No separation, no masks, no illusion, no lies, no lies, no lies, no lies. Be willing to be humbled. Be willing to be whole. Be willing to let go of separation. You must walk your truth. You must walk the path of the heart. This is not a maybe, this is a now. Because the earth is shifting now. We have to walk our truth. So we're going to allow what is not true, what is not aligned to you to rise, to be seen. Drawing it out with the moon and the sun as I begin to move now, the moon from the backside, the sun from the front. I will take the sun now to the left and the moon to the right. Recalibration has begun. Revealing hidden truths. Also, the Earth's compass must shift. So I see this compass in the Earth kind of comes out of the core. It's like an Earth compass. I will shift that as well. We need to shift the Earth compass. We need to shift the Earth compass to align with a new blueprint, with the new ley lines, with a new axis. She has shifted. She is not the same. So where is north? I need to go counterclockwise. Taking the north point to the west, counterclockwise. Oh, water and mountains, the earth and trees will move and shift and create new seas. I see this huge like iceberg, I think in Alaska, crumble and fall into the ocean. it will fall. The ocean waters will rise and make way for new tides. A warming, a cooling, a warming coming for all. But one of goodness, of light, of new seasons created. So the moon is drawing out stuff from the throat as well. As I am recalibrating the earth compass. I didn't know I had to do that, but I do. I see it. The seasons are shifting. The earth axis has shifted and tilted and rifted, and her compass must match. So I took the north to the west. Now I must move the west point to the south. For what was up will now be down. So pay attention to details. What is your truth? Where are you not being honest? It needs to rise. So I need to help scrape out some energy from the right side. So I'm going to focus really quickly into the throat because there's like this dense energy. Now remember, the moon is on the right and the sun is on the left, which is not pure alignment yet. It's a recalibration. We will move it all the way back. But with the moon on the right, we're going to start digging out what is not aligned, digging out what is not truth. Where are you not aligned to your soul path? Where are you afraid of the truth? Oh, yeah. What has God been calling us to do? What is your purpose? What is you? At the very least, what have you been denying and hiding from? What is you? What are you afraid of? What happens if others judge you? Would it really be the end of your world? I doubt it. That's an illusion of confusion. An illusion of confusion. Let's look at this clearly, shall we? Do you really think no one loves you? Do you really need the validation to feel whole within you? What really makes you feel empty? Is it lack of love and support from others? Or is it something within you? Releasing now the veil of illusion, the energy of a false confusion. Are we really angry at the masculine or the feminine? Are we really angry at what we think should be? Or is it a veil of confusion? Is it a veil of illusion? Forgiveness is the healing potion. Judgment is an illusion. If you take all religions and you put us all together in one harmonious flight of love and togetherness, that is what God asks. That is the heart of the one. The sun, the moon covers all, doesn't it? Not just one group over the other. You don't have to fit into the illusion to be accepted and have easy days. Hoy, yeah, 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 yeah. Hoy, yeah, 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 yeah. For when we rise out of the blindness, we give others a path of the same. But if we don't, the path is not created. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. God is asking for union of all things, all religions to become one, under the house of love and the light of the sun, all colors of people to become equal and one, under the house and the light of the sun. All talents and passions to be the guide of the light of the one. Come together, support each other, become one. The crumbling foundation will ask of this to become one. We must become one under the light of the sun. I'll dig out now some resentful energies, some grief of a relationship past. We are processing also some grief of a divine masculine that did not last on a collective soul. We have a new moon, a new divine masculine of the whole, and we all must process the grief of the past because it's done. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. It's time to become one under the sun. The sun and the moon are one, and it's asking for all people to do the same. Please stop fighting. Please stop battling for who's right and wrong, who's better and who's not, who's weaker, who's stronger, who's prettier, who has the better house, the better car, the better smile. We all matter just the same. We all want love just the same. Nobody is right and wrong, just coming out of confusion. That's all. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm still in the throat, y'all. This is digging out of the throat. The past doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter at all. It's what we do right now that matters. We can't go backwards, and we haven't created tomorrow yet. That's done today, in the now. We need to become one under the sun. No division, no lack. Stop giving dislikes and love them instead. Have you ever tried that? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Can we become one under the sun? Can we become one under the sun? Stop the battle of who's right and wrong. Stop the battle of what's better and what doesn't belong. Stop the battle now. The time has come. For when we become one, the end is done. When we become one, the end is done. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. When you can see love and all that you see, you have risen. So mote it be. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. So what your heart calls you to do, what your soul is calling for you to do is needed. This is true. So if you deny your truths, if you deny what's really within you, it will leave you binded and blinded. Duality must end. Separation must end now. Who are you most afraid of? What are you most afraid of? Do it now. As long as it's love and light, do it now. If you don't like vulnerability, be vulnerable. If you're afraid to grow, grow. If you're afraid to let your light shine, let it shine brighter than ever. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Can we agree to disagree? Can we love the same? Can you love your flaws and feel equal just the same? Can you show your biggest worries and trust that someone will accept you and make way to let go of blame and shame? We must let go of blame and shame. Let go of blame and shame. Let go of division. It's just the same. Digging through blame and shame. We are all equal and nobody's perfect. Hear me now. Let go of blame and shame. Instead of judging and leaving, open your eyes and stay and see what happens either way. Let go of blame and shame. Stop running from the truth. Stop running from the change. Let go of blame and shame. Don't run from fear. Don't run from judgment, or you become those. This is true. Bring everybody together under the house of love, the sun and the moon. We need it to survive this. We need to be together. Oy, yeah, 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 yeah. Oy, yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel a lot less now. I'm going to focus and I'm going to also move the Earth's compass from the south to the east. Let newness begin. So I will shift from the south to the east. Recalibration complete. The north and the south has now become east and west. The rising and setting of the sun, don't you know? It's what God does best. Everything under the sun and the moon is one, and it should be that. Nothing more, nothing less. This is true. So as I'm recalibrating the Earth's compass, I do hear like a in the Earth surface, some moving, some shaking, and another like a sinkhole opening up and swallowing something. But a big one. I see like a big building, like a big one, and a building, enterprise building is what they're saying. This could be physical or it could be energetic, more components. We never know how these are going to play out. But I see this big sinkhole opening up and this big, huge, like large conglomerate, like enterprise, something falling in. So it's like a release of that false foundation, I suppose. I don't know. Remains to be seen. Earth calibration complete. I will anchor that in. Oh, that feels so good. That releasing. So I'm going to tune into the throat just a little bit more with the moon there. Now I need to turn the moon inward. I don't know why, but I need to. It's as if the moon is facing out the right side of the throat and I need to point it inward. It needs to be tuned inward. The moon is not focused inward. The moon, the masculine, is not focused inward. And we need him to focus inward. So I'm turning the moon. I'm turning the moon inward, turning the moon towards the sun, turning the moon towards the sun, turning the moon inward. And this is big. It needs to be done. And it's affecting all of us. It's in the throat. I could feel it. It's in the throat, like not living your truth. And you need to be focused inward. You're not living your truth, and you need to be focused inward on the masculine side of things. Truth. You must see nothing but the truth. You must accept nothing but the truth, and you must live your truth, because this is the end games, right? The end of ways outside of a false illusion. Stop running from your truth. It will only hurt all, not just you. The thing that you're afraid of is exactly what will become. So don't run from fear. Do not run from judgment. Do not allow a false illusion to create your reality. Osriel is helping to remove that past. I can feel it. We're almost ready to move the moon from the right of the throat to the front, and then we'll one more time back to the left for a full recalibration in the throat chakra of truth. Living your truth, it's a recalibration of that. And I feel a big shift. There's a big release there in the throat chakra. I forget I'm recording. I'm somewhat coming back into my reality, and I realize I'm recording. So I'm not here when I do these. I go somewhere else. So please just accept the healing, because it will affect you. It will affect you either way. You don't have to understand it. Allow it to process. There we go. So there's this need to understand things. There's this need to see proof. There's this need to have something before you accept God's truth, and that is hurting you. We need to have faith in God, have faith in the universe, have faith in something unseen, have faith in the underlying conditioning of the heart space rather than the false illusion of the mind. Can you have faith in God again? That's what he's asking of all of you. Things are not what you thought they were. Things are not going the way you thought they were going to go. And that's okay. But you are a creator. You have power within you, and it is the power of God within you. So if you give that to the shadow, you become blind. Don't do that. Trust in God. Trust in the nudges of the heart. Trust in things beyond the limitations of the mind. Set them free. Set them free. Can you believe in love again? Do you believe in unconditional love? Unconditional love. Take it further. The hand of God is here. Like, we need to all be in the hand of God. Does that make sense? I don't care what religion. I don't care what color you are. Stop the divide. We have to stop the divide. People are fighting about Catholicism. They're fighting about Christianity. We have to let it all fall. We have to become one under the sun and the moon. I don't care who you are. Please don't change that. Just open your heart and accept all. Accept things that are beyond. Accept love unconditional. Accept becoming one under the sun and the moon. Stop dividing. Stop judging. Stop disliking. Stop. We have to support one another. It's hurting us not to. This is true. And I feel this and hear. Quit running from your truth. It doesn't just hurt you. Somebody's looking for like acceptance, or like worried about acceptance from their mother. I see a mother, not a father, which is usually you'll see a father, but I see a mother. and they don't want to lose that connection, but that's an illusion. Remember, you're in charge of your creations. If you are in your truth, how is that wrong? And if somebody doesn't accept it, you have to give them space to rise out of their shadow too, because it's just a shadow. Understand? I need to anchor the masculine's compass inward, like putting a divine light through it, because it's affecting all of mankind. Live your truth. Do not be afraid of your truth, and do it through love, passion, power, and trust in God through and through. Just a little bit more, but I'm going to start moving the moon now to the front of the throat chakra and the sun from the left to the back. We can't rush these. I'm not here to just cleanse your energy. I'm here for a full-on healing. That's what we do. That's what we need. It's true. Did you know Reiki is just one piece of the multitude of the divine light? Reiki is just a piece, and it was brought through a shadow, so we have to return it to the light, to the wholeness. We should be able to combine all modalities and bring them through as needed. That's truth. That's what I do. Through the divine, through the sun and the moon. Releasing divide, releasing confusion, releasing the illusion. We can't just be complete with one piece of the puzzle. It takes all things. So all modalities need to return together to the light. All people need to return together to the light. We must live our truth, our soul path. And if you did something that you don't like, so be it. Put love into it and do it right this time. I needed this. I can feel this in the throat. It's still moving. So I'm moving the moon to the front and the sun to the back. Lack, fear, resentment, blame, and shame. Do you ever notice how multiple people watch all these videos and they're like, well, lots of dislikes and judgment? What about celebrating everybody's attempts, or at least looking for what's light and what's not, and giving love to all things regardless? And just, you know what I'm saying? Like, where did unconditional love go? It wasn't in the Matrix blueprint at all, if you notice. It wasn't. It was about power and division and greed, money being the power of everything. And who was really in charge? Remember when I ended the Supreme Court justice recently? Yeah. There's so much you didn't see. Let it go. So as I'm moving the moon forward, we're also releasing more of the past, the blueprint of the Matrix. It's like when I would take us to the trees, I would take us to the big redwoods, the trees of light, and I would use them to process our past. That's kind of also what's happening here with the tree of life. And Azrael, Zadkiel, Gabriel, Malachi. Malachi is very loud, and we have to release all division. All religions must come back to the hub of one. And if you don't, why would that be a negative? Let me ask you that. Why would it be a negative to be all under the house of all connectedness, the sun and the moon? Everything that touches the sun is true. That's the one thing that belongs. We're all connected to God, to life, to love, to light. And we all have that equal piece of power within us. Why is that a negative? Let me ask you. Why are we fighting? Why are we battling? Why are we here to prove who's right and who's wrong? Why are we so divided? That's what Malachi is asking of us right now. Why are we so afraid to walk with God? One God under the house of the sun. Does that make you wrong and right? Does that make you less than? Does that mean your beliefs were wrong? No, it's not about that. It's about letting go of what wasn't and coming back to the whole of the one. The sun and the moon, all connectedness, all love, all equal, no matter what. and never about hurting anybody. All about unconditional love. And what we do, what we call in, is for the greater good of all. The divine masculine also needs to understand that he doesn't just affect him, he affects everybody. Same with the feminine. The earth balance affects all of mankind. You see, it takes all to be one. So I feel the moon now to the front, and I'm going to hold space and let that recalibrate through. Oh, I can feel that. This is big. This was needed. We need to all become one. Stop judging and love. Stop running and stand strong and proud of who you are beyond the illusion. We're not here to be codependent. We're here to be in our power, a sovereign being of light, bringing everybody through that we can because we chose to. It's not an apocalypse. It's a return of God. It's all one, all connectedness, no division, no judgment, no fear, no confusion, no doubt, no punishment. No worried if we can't eat or drink water or not have a roof over our head. We all should have this. We all should have love and joy and health and happiness and abundance and balanced flow and passions created, and know that we all are different, but also under the same house of one. And that's good. That's good. I don't need another me. I need you. You don't need another you. You need me. This is true. Stop trying to be this same blueprint of a machine. Divided, judging. If you look at all religions, they judge one another hardcore. Why would that be God? It's not. The Sistine Chapel was recently undone, and underneath was the biggest portal of darkness of all of mankind. These things were weapons of mass destruction. Time to release a limited mind. Come back to the one of the sun, the whole, complete of love. Love, not punishment. Love, not condemnation. God doesn't condemn anybody. No one. Never has and never will. Love unconditional. So don't let fear divide you. Don't let false illusions conquer you. Do not let the past hold you back. Release all lack. That is Malachi right now. Going back to the deepness of the throat, there's something in there. So the moon is facing forward. This is a recalibration of the throat of truth. Remember, this new moon is about removing a veil of illusion, coming out of confusion, seeing clarity, clarity to the real, clarity to truth, clarity, living clarity. And it must be done through the mind and the throat, and that's what we've been doing today, isn't it? And a recalibration of the earth, compass, this is true, and of the throat. New direction, new moon. New direction. In my 2025 predictions, I said religion was going to be exposed more than you know, and I didn't know what that meant, but I do now. Digging into the throat. Digging into the throat. So this is a unique energy because you see the moon is on the feminine side right now in the throat. They are one, complete. How are they affecting each other? How are they affecting the world? How are you affecting your reality? This is true. For everything you see is a reflection of you. Everything you see is a reflection of you. Digging, digging, and digging in, digging into the throat. I need to bring in obsidian, blue onyx, and blue topaz deep into the throat, removing some darkness. It's like I could feel it, and it's almost like battling me. It's removing some shadow, some yuck, some shadow, some darkness. And it's obsidian, onyx, and blue topaz that I'm bringing into the throat, and a frequency of 175. And it's like removing a shadow from the moon. Veil of illusion, veil of confusion, bringing clarity, allowing things to be seen, all truths. It's time to see all truths. It doesn't feel good. Deep within the throat, 175 hertz, onyx, obsidian, and blue topaz, and ruby. Now some ruby too. Time to remove the veil of illusion. Bringing in the white flame as well into the throat chakra, into the moon, guys, into the moon. We need to release a shadow on the moon. There's a shadow on the moon. Need to release the shadow in the moon that deals with truth. What are you afraid of? Why don't you want to be seen? What are you hiding from? Let's see truth. It's time to release the confusion, the illusion, and the veil that is amongst you. What are you afraid of? Not on the surface, beneath that. Dig. What are you really afraid of? Asking the moon. What is the moon afraid of? The divine masculine. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Being true. See your worst fear right in front of you. See it now. See your biggest fear right now. And realize your power can change that to the light. Fear is an illusion of El Diablo's delight. Take your biggest fear and change it to a successful outcome. What do you really want to happen? Instead of giving fear your power, change it to light. Change it to light. Take your biggest fear and see it play out in the light. Change it to light. Change it to light. No matter how dark it gets now, know God is always with us. You are the creator. See only light. Only power within you. So the divine masculine has this illusion that the feminine does not want him, and that's not true. Release all illusions. Why would the moon turn against the sun, and why would the sun turn against the moon? It's only the shadow. Breaking down the shadow. There is no division. There is no confusion. The veil Allow love to guide you. Allow love to shine through in all that you do. Holding on to the outcome that you wish to have. Why not? It is true. Anything your heart desires is what will be. Is it love or is it shadow? Oh yeah. Pure forgiveness applied. Pure forgiveness applied. Removing the shadow from the moon. There's only a little bit left. Ooh, I feel it in the solar plexus now. So we're going to draw the light down to the solar plexus combined with the throat. Your power. Truth in your power. What is your power? Do you even know your power? You are a creator. You are the light of the one. Why do you want to suffer and be hidden from the sun? Why do you want to hide who you really are? It's an honor to honor God. Elekantai, breaking free of the shackles that blind and bind of the moon. It's time for the moon to rise from the darkened tides. It's time to see all of the moon and what it really is, glowing and heightened by the sun in front of all of you. It's time for the moon to live its truth. The divine masculine must now live its truth. Has no other option. And neither does mankind. We must now see the truth. It's time. Quit picking up the shadow and only choose the light. For all the negative, there's something on the other side that is pure love and light. Choose the love and light. That's what makes everything right. Nice. So now I will move the moon back to the left side. Full recalibration of the throat. Full elimination of the shadow of the moon. It's time for all to see the moon. So I can feel it starting to move the moon to the left and the sun from the back to the right. So the sun should always be on the right and the moon on the left. Reiki doesn't say that, does it? It's still backwards. Everything needs to rise to the wholeness of the divine masculine and the feminine. Horus has returned, so is Sekhmet. Jesus and Mary Magdalene have united again, and the Holy Grail has been undone. And Adam and Eve, the sun and the moon, have all become one. You see, it's not the apocalypse. It's the return of the light of the one, the light of the sun and the moon. Together, wholeness, one. Consider everything under the sun and the moon should now become one. And it's time to fall the illusion of division and separation. It's time to fall what doesn't belong. So I feel the sun coming back to the right and the moon to the left. Full calibration, recalibration of the throat has been done. And we'll let that process. It's also connected to the solar plexus, helping to recalibrate and release from there too. Because it's where you give your power away to the shadow rather than the light of God within you. See, here's the thing, is God's light is within you. So when you feel like you can't, you shouldn't, you won't, the matrix controls you, then you give the power of light to the matrix side. But when you choose to detach and stand in your truth and in your light, when you choose your power and all things that are you, you choose God for the betterment of all of mankind. Apparently, the moon had a shadow we had to undo today. It's time to leave the past behind. Oh, yeah. Now hold space and envision the world you want. What do you want? It's a new moon, free of a shadow, by the way. So what do you want to create? What do you want to bring in? What do you want to call in? Ooh, now the sun is glowing even brighter, even brighter, even brighter. And I see a big boom. What do they call coronal mass ejection? Huge just occurred. Boom. Fully light moon into the sun, full power glowing for all, and a huge CME ejection to the earth. Time to become one, my friends. Time to become one. So see your heart's desires. What do we want? Hold space, and I want you to visualize having now what we want. We did the healing, and now it's time to call in something beautiful. As I process this releasing, what do you want? What do you truly want? Out of pure sovereign being of light, out of love, what is your heart's desire? What are you manifesting and creating? Is it love? Is it full power of you? I want the DM. I want love. I want people to see the work I've done because it affects all of you. That's what I want. What do you want? Calling our power back now. Under the moon and the sun, shadow removed. Calling our power back now, cleansed and pure, into the throat and the solar plexus. And for the earth too, calling our power back, released all that doesn't belong. Feel your power returning, because it is. I see waves of energy returning. This is past lives to this one, from the healing we did today. We released a shadow of the moon. We released past lives of you, or energy waves of you that we have been healing and going through. We recalibrated our throat chakra with the sun and the moon and the truth. We also shifted the directional pull of the earth. Again, this is true. Counterclockwise. It's different. It's powerful. A rift and shift upon you. And then, under the full power of the moon and the sun, a CME has begun. Create only from love. What do you want? It's yours. And rise above. No matter what's unfolding, we need to come back to the one in the sun, all connected, all through love. Not division, who's right and wrong, who's better or less than, all through love. Sealing your vision into the now, what you're calling forward into the now. Cleansing with the white flame through the earth and the throat chakra, the flame of divinity, God's flame. Ooh, there we go. I'm just going to blanket us with the white flame and the earth too, removing the yuck and the muck, the from all of us, allowing us clarity to rise above into our truth, to not be afraid of the truth that is about to unfold in front of all of you. Don't be afraid to see the truth. Don't be afraid. It's okay. Where you struggle is compound emotions you need to work through. So I can't quite bring myself back to myself. I feel a little bit like I'm somewhere else, but I'm starting to come into my environment. My vision is I fall in love with my DM all over again. And that everything is beautiful again. Everybody is love. And instead of people judging me, they finally see the truth. Love. And I want to give all that love back to you. What is your dream? So Spirit is saying, and Malachi is saying that recalibration was bigger than you know. Not just the one in our throat, but the one on the earth that I did too. It changes things on a physical, emotional, and spiritual level. And we also processed what is dying, okay? What is being undone. We process that for us and for the earth too. So this was quite big. It was quite big, but the moon had a shadow that needed undone, and we did that. And I need him to know that the sun loves the moon so much. And I just want to fill the sun and the moon into the sun, and let all of mankind feel that love. That is my wish for all of you. So it's a big healing. You will still continue to process this. No matter who you are, if you took part in this healing, you will process this in layers that it came through for you. So you're at a different place than I am. But there was a shadow here of the moon that affects all of mankind. You will process that, including your own individual shadow and past that we are leaving behind. You will process grief as well as new light activations. So it takes a little bit of time. So hold space and allow yourself to be an observer. Have a journal, write down your experiences, but make sure that love is your guide. If it's not love, don't pick it up and don't put it out in any way. And live your truth. Live your truth. Uncover your truth. Dig into all of you. We must become one again. I thank Malachi for being here very much so. Wasn't he part of the prophecy too that's unfolding? Yes. But he has worked with me many times in the return work. All the angels that came forward have. They're amazing beings of light. I didn't do anything alone. I did it with all of them. And they should be honored. And I honor them. And I honor the animals of the souls that we processed through that didn't make it. That aren't making it. It's because of us doing this that they will have an easier time. and be freed immediately. Allow love to be your guide. So I'm just going to bring a blanket of light through all of us to anchor that in. Just nice anchoring in. I don't know how long it's been. I was not here. I'm starting to come more into my reality. I can hear my birds playing in my thing. I can feel my reality. I feel a candle over here. So we're starting to come back too. So I just want you to hold on to the tree of life. Hold on to wood. Wood will anchor you and help you ground. So making sure we're grounding. This healing, I don't make these up. I channel them through. It was specific to the new moon and releasing a shadow of the moon. Also, recalibrations into our truth and releasing the past. It was quite layered. Everything I do is. Forgiveness and love. And that shadow will process. I can feel it. It still feels a little weird right here, but that's because it's processing through. So whatever it is, give yourself space and time. Have no expectations of when, how, or what is happening. Allow it to unfold and ask your guides to guide you. Okay. Ask for clarity. Ask for understanding in the moment. Ask to see things in the moment. Co-create with the heart space, with spirit, with your God, with guides. Okay. God is within your heart. So the more you connect to your heart, the more you connect to God and all of mankind. And the more you leave the shadow behind. All right. I start now to close down this healing session, to anchor in the moon recalibration with the sun, to anchor in the recalibration of the earth and all that's been done. A new path is amongst us now. The north and the south became the east and the west, aligned with the sun and the moon. The divine masculine and the divine feminine. No separation. Eliminate all separation in all that you do. That's a key to rising. So I'm going to start to call in the presence, taking our focus to the presence. If you stayed with me the whole time, sometimes when you do, you go deep into these with me. If you're already present, good on you, but I'm going to help those that need it recalibrate into the present, into your surroundings, your feet on the floor, your feet connected to the earth, the wood, the texture of wood beneath your feet, a little bit of water and the earth, flowers surrounding the nectar of flowers and goodness, a little breeze. Pay attention to that. The sun, the trees, the mountains, the seas, everything. Focus on that. Drawing our focus from our crown, down our body, down our arms, into our fingers, down our torso, into our legs, into our ankles, into our feet, and our feet into the earth. Taking a deep breath in and releasing. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That was awesome. Calling all my energy back and giving you all yours. Plus, you got power returned. So those can be soul fragments as well. So you can have full on awakening. Just be kind to yourself, okay? This was big. The other day, Spirit told me something about soul fragments and removing what was done. And I'm like, but what did we do? And this is how they wanted to do it. And if you participated fully and you're recalibrating, when you feel ready, bring yourself to you, touch your hair, touch your face, touch your body, and open your eyes. Whoa. I was going to say it's long, but that's average. For doing this work, that's average. That was amazing, you guys. I feel totally woo-wee. Little wonky. I need some water. Stay hydrated, by the way. That was actually not little at all. And cool, we got to release a shadow of the moon, right? And recalibrate the throat. That felt so needed. Oh my goodness. And there was a lot, you guys, we retrieved soul fragments and we also left a lot behind that we've been processing. So this is multiple lifetime healings, not just this one. And if you haven't watched The Undoing of the Sistine Chapels, I recommend it because those were mind-blowing. So is all the other work. But this time is not about fear. I also asked God what's coming since the death of the Pope. There will be one more, but it won't be what you think, right? It's not going to be, yeah, I would watch all that. But no matter what happens, we need to be of love and light and still focus on that because that's what sets apart the warrior of light from the wounded warrior. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, for sure. Like Spirit told me the other day, I think it was yesterday, I heard that we needed to process the past because of the big healings we just came through, the new timeline, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, okay, usually I take us to Sequoia until all of that was cut off from life support. Then I would take us up to where they have like the sanctuary, like in East Asia or somewhere like, or North Asia, the northernest part. I don't remember where they took us, but there were these trees. And this time we did it with the tree of life. So it keeps, but I didn't know what we were going to do or when. I hadn't set up a workshop or anything. God just wanted it done this way with the new moon. And we got to heal the shadow of the moon. I love doing that. It's one of my favorite things to do is heal the moon. Been doing that for a while. You guys were all connected to those things. And my favorite message was that of Malachi is that, you know, there's all this division and battle of Catholicism and Christianity, and I don't care who you are, what you are, you know, we're all looking for validation, but that's a division. Like, what about all being still connected and one and no division? That's when we're in full power. So remember, Sequoia is not active in the Earth blueprint. Yeah. At all. So, just consider that it's literally dormant. So I'm really thankful. I like how we did it this time. I love the tree of life. That gives homage to where we're at, right? And where we're going. People like to focus on the end of days, the end of life, the end, everything's ending. Why not new beginnings? Let's focus on new beginnings, being a creator, making sure we're creating what we want, letting go of fear, letting go of worried about judgment and persecution and all of those things, right? And division. When you truly look at religion, they all have a component of condemnation. I don't care what religion it is. What religion doesn't have a component of that? Like, if you don't do this, you're going. I remember being told I was going to go to hell when I was a kid if I didn't get baptized, and that was like, I think Christianity. I don't know. I can't remember. I just said, oh my God, I'm going to hell. And I went home. So we have to let go of we need to become one under the love, all connected. We're all connected. Everything we do affects each other. So when we're sitting here going, you're better than that one, do this that way, we got to stop doing that. Okay. Nobody's wrong and right. It's never about that. It's about where love was not. We couldn't be whole in a broken world. We all came through that blueprint. So just because somebody might be one religion doesn't make them less than or not, right? We all have to come. And if you like, I pay attention to some of these. I even watch 90 Day Fiance just because of that, like education of different countries and religions is always at the base, and so much suppression and control and like control, right? Ugh, ugh. And the Holy Grail was written in Hebrew. Okay, and we called back the Merkabah. We've called back all that stuff, which is what you call the Star of David. So it's nobody's better than anybody. Nobody's necessarily correct, and nobody was necessarily wrong. They're all fragmented pieces of truth. So bring them all back to the whole and where love is, and that's where we belong. And I can't wait for that. That's coming. So thanks for joining me. It's a long video. I hope you got a lot of healing out of it. I did. I'm starving all of a sudden. As I was doing that, I'm like, ooh, I'm hungry. So nurture your body, please. Drink lots of water. These healings are not little. Um, they're vast. It's hard to comprehend all of it, and that's okay. When I do healings, one-on-one or group collective, you have to process them in the way that I did them. Okay? So give yourself space and time. So much love, so much love. And I will see you on the flip side. This was beautiful. And if you partook, you helped the earth more than you know. I'll see you guys later. Bye.